You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast with your hosts, Emily
and Jason. Emily, I have a conspiracy theory.
What?
That...
Again?
Well...
Are you getting us canceled again?
Yes.
By the time this episode comes out, I believe the New York Times will have released an article that I'm included in. And we talked about the moon landing in my interview.
You know what's actually funny? And I actually haven't told you this
yet.
Is
it out?
No, it's not. Okay, I haven't read it yet.
Is there something about the moon landing?
It is something about the moon landing.
Okay,
actually.
What?
What
is it?
Our video about you talking about that's what they say about was featured in Hank Green's video that came out today, about 2 hours ago. In recording this.
What is it?
Oh, he goes through these things. So this is Hank Green. He's I think he's brother to the other Green guy who wrote The Fault in Our Stars and all that kind of stuff. So in his YouTube channel, he sometimes goes through different videos and just talks about the science behind things, like, oh, this is dumb because it's not this, yada yada. It was actually very we were fine. There wasn't dogging us or anything. It was submitted to him, and he just kind of rolled his eyes. So I think they're just being funny, which we were. But it was kind of cool to be on Hank Green's YouTube channel for
cool
part of a video.
Somebody submitted it.
I guess so.
What, they wanted him to tear us apart? Is that what he does?
I don't really. Not really. He's not mean. He's a very nice person.
How did you find out?
Somebody emailed it to us, and so I checked it out. I'll show it to you later. Sorry, that's just it.
Speaking of.
Oh, well, my conspiracy has, it's less of a conspiracy, more of just a correlation. Thanksgiving was late this year. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've seen a lot fewer Christmas lights.
Yes.
All over people's houses in our neighborhood and
in our house.
In our own house. And I know why we blame not having as many Christmas decorations, at least at first.
Yeah. I mean, by the time Thanksgiving was over,
it was the 28th. Thanksgiving was the 28th. And last year, I think it was the 23rd.
An extra week.
It's an extra week.
So
a lot of people, if you're like us, we don't decorate until after Thanksgiving. Yes. I know a lot of people decorate in
and a lot of people
August.
Are wrong. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. But we decorate the day after Thanksgiving, typically.
Or
the weekend after.
Unless our children are sick.
Well, yeah, of course. Typically speaking,
yes.
we go after Thanksgiving. And I guess a lot of other people around us do too, because we didn't put up outdoor lights because we lost track of time and it's already mid-December.
Yeah, and then you're like, am I putting this up for 2 weeks? Unless you're a true Christmas celebrator.
People did it.
Some people.
But they did it before Thanksgiving.
You think they did?
I think so. In our neighborhood, they did.
But we should just celebrate the full season, okay? So what? Epiphany is January 6th. So that gives us an extra week.
I have no idea. I'm Baptist.
And then that still applies. Then, I mean, some people celebrate all the way to Candlemas, which is in February.
Again.
And that's still part of the Christmas season.
I'm American. I don't know what Candlemas is.
It's when people took all their candles to be blessed that they'll be using for the year.
Oh.
And it's like a time of light is returning and celebrating light.
Literally, because it's a candle.
And you're supposed to take all the candles that you made and that you will be using.
And we got behind on candles because of Thanksgiving being late.
Right? So, yeah, I totally feel that. I just made a wreath.
It's beautiful. It's the best wreath I've ever seen in my life.
My children are so impressed. It's adorable to see them
Your husband's impressed.
Really impressed. That is the best wreath, Mom. The most beautiful wreath I've ever seen, Mom.
I think in the right place, you could charge a lot of money for that wreath.
Thanks.
Yeah. So
I'm impressed that it was mostly foraged. I had some eucalyptus laying around, which I can't forage in Western Kentucky.
Would it be anything else?
But the rest
From
of
you,
it.
the crunchy wreath maker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Christmas spirit. We made a video about Christmas spirit, getting you into the Christmas spirit, me into the, you didn't really feel the Christmas spirit until you put your foot down and you're like, I'm doing more than putting up a Christmas tree.
Yeah, see, I have this pride thing. I'm not a minimalist. I am not a minimalist. But for our Christmas decorations, I have one tote. It is with our ornaments and lights and stockings and all of our Christmas quote-unquote decorations. It is one.
Well, we have a live tree, so that helps.
Yes.
A lot of people,
Okay, but people have. I remember Christmas at my house being like who's going to get up in the attic? Yeah. Who's going to pass down the 17 totes?
Growing up, we had at least 4 totes, 4 or 5, yeah.
I feel like we had a living room full of totes.
That's just what your attic was for. Just totes for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, my mom had a cookie jar collection. No, a snowman collection.
Oh, wow.
One of them was a cookie jar. That got passed down to me, and I think I donated it. Sorry,
The truth comes out. Does she know?
I don't know.
She does now.
She got rid of her snowman. Clearly, she was clearing out her snowman.
Uh-oh.
So, no, but yeah, so I have this pride of my one tote, but then it just felt a little bare. Like empty. It didn't feel,
Especially since I didn't get around to doing the outdoor lights.
I know.
I'm a horrible father.
So.
But here's my thought on the outdoor lights. I do it for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are in bed really early.
True.
So they're not even outside when they would see the lights.
Right.
It'd be like on that rare occasion we're driving in, from in
and you forgot to turn them on.
And I forgot to turn on the lights. Exactly. So I don't feel too bad about it yet. However, I need to get on it. I don't think
you
this
need
year.
to get on it.
No, next year.
Okay, I'm like Jason.
Year.
It's too late. It's officially too late.
Officially.
Well, I did think we could at least wind them around the deck railing.
Yeah,
we could do that. We could take 10 minutes tomorrow and do that.
10 minutes is a lot of work.
We even went to this one house that last year it was my favorite house. They went all out. They bought some sort of system where when you turn on the radio, there were these penguins on their house that it looked like they were singing. I don't know. We sat there last year in front of this person's house for an hour.
We are the reason they didn't do it this year.
All of us cackling. Our whole family loved it. And then this year I'm like, hey, let's go to the Longview Drive house.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, sounds like a lot of EMFs anyway.
Yeah, I know. Didn't we look it up on the way home and we were like, oh, it's a couple grand to get this.
Oh, was
it?
Wow.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it this year? Maybe they moved.
Mm-hmm.
They're blessing another town with their creativity.
I think I know someone who knows them, so I'm going to reach out and find out where they live because I loved it so much.
Really? I liked it.
Love it?
It was fun.
I mean, the boys have talked about it.
Yeah.
Through the year.
Well, they also sing Christmas songs every night before they go to bed still.
Deck the halls.
Yeah.
Deck the halls every night. Deck the halls.
It's because I tickled them at the end of it.
I guess it's deck the hall, technically.
It's not deck the halls?
No, I think it's deck the hall.
It's called Deck the Hall?
I think the traditional song is Deck the Hall.
There's a number we could call to figure this out. It ends today.
It ends today?
Wednesday.
Oh,
the day this comes
out.
Dial a carol.
Okay.
They would know.
Okay. Do you want me to call?
Sure.
Okay.
They are the leading experts on caroling.
Okay.
What's the number?
Dial a Carol is a free annual tradition at the University of Illinois where students sing holiday songs for callers from around the world. I think you can call 24/7.
Yeah.
Yes. Callers request a song 24/7 from December 12th through the 18th. The number is 217-332-1882.
That country code is 1 for all you international callers.
Let's see. Let's call it, and we'll see what they say.
Is it Deck the Halls or Deck the Hall?
Thank you for calling Dial a Carol 2024. You've reached the hotline for the tradition that has been jingling since 1960. Feel free to call back as many times as you'd like.
Thanks for calling Dial a Carol. You have Philip, Barbara, and Amy. Who are we speaking with?
Wow.
This is Emily Morrow. I am actually on a podcast. I'm recording a podcast. Are you guys okay with being on the Really Very Crunchy podcast?
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I hope it's something we can do.
Okay.
Where are you calling from?
We have a debate.
We're calling from Paducah, Kentucky. And our debate is it Deck the Halls or Deck the Hall?
With an S or no?
Wait, deck the halls. Deck the halls with an S. Yeah.
Wait, somebody just said deck the hall, I thought.
Wait, it says deck the hall in our list, but I super deck the halls.
That doesn't make sense.
Is it deck the halls? Is that what we're saying? I think you say deck the halls in the song. I feel like it's deck the halls.
Media says deck the halls.
All right.
Wait, what says deck the halls?
In the lyrics.
Okay.
Ready?
But wait, what does your title say though?
It's like the hall is in like the whole home. So,
Oh.
Ready? Okay, here we go. Let's see. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. On me now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Holy ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us.
2 verses.
Strike the harp and join the chorus. Fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. Fa la 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 la. Follow the tale of Yuletide treasure. Fa la 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 la. Pass away the old year passes. Fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses. Fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. Fa la 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 la. Heed of the wind and weather. Fa la 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 la.
Beautiful.
Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you so much for spreading so much joy.
You're welcome. Thank you. You make us happy too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, guys.
Christmas.
Oh, you hung up on him.
Sorry.
Ah, you hung up on him. Oh, that's nice.
Did you hear them on the song list? They said it's Deck the Hall.
I
They're
know.
On the song list, they all thought it was Deck the Halls, but on the list, it said Deck the Hall.
I don't feel any.
So-
I have no confidence.
Should I look it up?
No, we're leaving it as is.
Okay.
You tell us.
Yeah, you
Leave in the
tell us. What do you
comments.
think?
Is it Deck the Hall or Deck the Halls? It's
I
Deck
only-
the Halls. For all intents and purposes, it's Deck the Halls. With an
But
S.
when I made a video about this once about
What?
how, yes, this was like in our first year of making videos. I said, all I wanted was for my children to sing Today by John Denver.
Uh-huh.
That was the song we walked down the aisle to.
Yeah.
That's the song my mom sang to me whenever I was growing up. Like, that is a song I wanted to sing to my children before they went to bed. And they want Deck the Halls. So I said this in a video, and I got so many people say, actually, it's Deck the Hall.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you. Know-it-alls.
I'm just saying, you know me. When I get corrected,
You're all in.
I'm all in.
You're all in.
Kafir over here
Yeah.
versus Kiefer.
Yep,
Also
right.
saying feta.
Feta. Like a, yeah. So I would like you to tell that story just a little bit, because we sent out an email to our email list this last week in which I suggested an edit where you take out "I'm better now" or whatever, something like that. I feel I'm doing a lot better now or something, in which everyone now thinks that you are currently staying up all night dealing with anxiety and panic attacks, and I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it was a reality for me.
Yeah.
So a lot of people actually felt really touched and are going through something really similar right now. And so I don't want to like take that away, that
No.
relatability to them. But yeah, so there was this point probably a decade ago that I was struggling so bad with anxiety. And there was this night I hadn't gone to sleep. I didn't wake up. I was wanting to go to sleep. And I was struggling. I was going to have a panic attack. I was having panic attacks nightly. It was awful. It was just the worst. And I, for some reason, Googled something about dealing with a panic attack, but I got served an ad about this dial-a-carol. So I called it, And I asked them to sing Silent Night, and it was just like this transformative moment for me, I guess. And so I've just loved that ever since I found out about it, and just I had never experienced anything like that. Just calling someone at 2 a.m. and having them sing me a Christmas carol for free, and it was really touching and wonderful. And so that's been something we do every year.
That's really cool. Yeah, we're big Dial a Carol fans over here. Yeah,
I actually, but every December I feel some anxiety creeping up. It's not to the point that it was at one point. I've kind of learned to manage it.
Do you
feel
feel like
better,
it's like it falls in line with like seasonal depressive type of thing, or is it?
No, I feel like a lot of that is because of the lack of vitamin D. People are, and I feel like I spend a lot of time outside still. So I don't know, but maybe not as much.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Well, I personally start reflecting on my day when the sun goes down, and I start living in regret for how I may have snapped at the kids or something, and like I start feeling just overall slightly sadder at the end of my day, especially this season. My mom passed, and we put down Winnie not that long ago, and it's just like it's been a tough year. And so it's been a tough year for a lot of people, and I'm sharing in that a little bit. Kind of lost it at a Christmas choir this last Sunday.
We went to visit a church, and they had this beautiful choir. It
was like I would have paid.
I told Jason
to go see it.
I would have paid $100 for tickets.
Yeah,
it was so good. I mean, it was phenomenal and just so beautiful. It brought me to tears. And then I looked over, and Jason was crying. And then obviously I started crying. I started crying harder because you can't cry alone.
Don't cry.
So then I was just kind of stifling sobs, and it's a little awkward when you're visiting a church. People come up like,
"Ma'am, are you okay?
What's going on? Are you okay?"
It's just so beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it so much. Part of that, I feel like, is just this whole idea of just the passage of time. And I'm thinking of, especially this year, as both of my parents have passed now, our kids are growing up. I'm getting this sense around Christmas time that, and I feel it more this year than any year, for whatever reason, that Christmas as an adult is just so much different than Christmas as a kid. It's magical, but it's definitely a different kind of magic.
There's a lot of sadness with the joy.
Yeah.
And as a child, it's basically just this magical, joyful, happy time, usually. And as an adult, it's kind of bittersweet, and it's hitting differently.
I don't know. There's that sense of bittersweet, but then there's also just, it's harder to get into the Christmas spirit as an adult. And mostly I feel like because there's this pressure. I feel like there's a pressure to, if you're a parent, to try to make your kids
have a magical
Christmas.
Yes.
And you want your spouse to have a magical. You just want everybody. You feel the responsibility, but everybody have a magical Christmas. Well, why doesn't everybody just have their own magical Christmas? I want to have my magical Christmas. You have your magical Christmas. We'll just be magical by ourselves.
It's so funny because whenever I made a garland for our fireplace, like I said, we don't usually do a ton of decorating.
Yeah.
So I cleared off the mantle, and I made a garland and put extra forage branches on it and made a long paper chain. And my act of doing that sort of put you into the Christmas spirit. It was weird.
It did.
Like, I guess I have more control over you than I realized.
You have so much control and power over me. You have no idea. You have
Mama
no
ain't
idea.
happy, ain't nobody happy, right?
That's right.
So if Mama ain't in the Christmas spirit, ain't nobody in the Christmas spirit.
It all rests on you.
Thanks.
And you alone.
Talk about pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one over here making gingerbread from scratch.
It was
what
wonderful.
pressure do you have, Jason? What pressure does What? Tell me, Jason.
Listen.
Who's ordering the naturally dyed candy canes?
Who's editing this podcast once we're done so it can come out the next day?
I understand, but who's doing all the Christmas read alouds?
Who's helping make sure it can happen? Who's helping facilitate it? But in the background.
But what pressure?
Working my fingers
pressure?
to the bone. I hit record. I set up the lights in here. You just sat down and started talking. There's a lot of work in this.
Okay. Thanks, Jason. Thank you for everything you do. It's making me feel really Christmassy.
Get in there and make some cookies.
I am going to my mom's house tomorrow, which would be today, to bake cookies to give as gifts. I love that tradition.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is when people use scented dish soap and then give you cookies and then that's all you taste.
How many times has that happened?
More than I'd like to admit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It ruins it for me. When you can taste scented dish soap, or like just fragrances in the home, I can taste it.
Yeah.
I'm not eating it.
When you don't use scented soaps, which I don't understand at this point why people do. They're readily available, non-scented of any brand, just about is pretty readily available. Why do
People
you need
like
your
scent.
dishes?
They like it.
To
I don't understand
smell
the dish.
like flowers in the field.
I don't understand wanting a dish. To
Clothes,
have a
I
scent.
can almost understand. Almost, not quite,
Yeah.
but almost. Your dishes, I don't need my dishes to taste like summer breeze.
It doesn't taste like
No, it
summer
tastes
breeze.
like
synthetic fragrances.
it tastes like it came out of a lab, a breeze out of a lab,
Mm.
like the nice lab breeze.
Anyway,
You know what else
if you
came
get
out of a
cookies from
lab?
me, you can rest assured that they
Oreos.
won't taste like synthetic fragrances.
Yeah.
They might taste like cod liver oil because I do use that for lotion. But
I don't think that's better. I think I would rather have Breeze from a Lab by Dawn. So, okay, as an adult, I started seeing Christmas differently in every direction. Of course, I want my kids to feel like they're having a magical Christmas, but I also we're rewatching some of these older Christmas movies that we watched growing up. And of course, we've watched them again this year for some reason. It's giving me a lot more perspective. We watched Home Alone.
at least we had you to mute it when there was any language.
There's several things to this. Like, first of all, Home Alone, why am I sitting here going through it and thinking, well, that's not realistic. That's not realistic. That would never happen. You know?
Really?
Like, yes. And like with the bad guys getting beat up in the spoiler alert, the bad guys getting beat up in the end all the time. It's like none of this is even feasible if they just looked down. Ever.
Have you ever robbed a house?
Have you ever slipped on stairs in that way? Have you ever slipped
slipped downstairs.
Have you ever slipped on stairs and then like went 4 feet in the air and landed on your back?
No, but I've slipped
And then gotten up from
downstairs
that?
like totally.
No, that one's the realistic fall. There's a couple of realistic falls in there, okay? If you fall from a rope, you're not hanging on and smashing into a wall. I get that it's funny, but at this age, I'm kind of at this point where it's almost a little campy, especially the second one. You know, where they just like go into this house and they just like, he steps forward into this gaping hole in the floor and falls down.
No, I could see that. I've stepped into a hole in the ground.
You don't have any peripheral vision?
Are you looking down though? Because you're looking up, you're scanning your periphery. He got knocked in the head with bricks, Jason.
Which would have killed him.
He got knocked in the head with
First
multiple
brick would have
bricks.
taken him out. First brick would have taken him out.
And then this kid, like that was in that movie. In the last movie, the last time they met, this kid really wore him out, okay? So he's stepping into this building. He's looking up. He's scanning. He's like, okay, nothing's going to hit me. Why would he look at the ground? He's not looking at the ground. So yeah, he fell into a big hole.
Oh, I still enjoyed
Totally
it.
Believable.
Okay, but I don't know about believable,
But here's the thing about Home Alone. I never watched Home Alone and felt bad for the mom.
yeah.
But
no, I didn't either.
like watching it this year, I cried. I mean, I cried in both movies, Home Alone and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I cried, tears rolling down my cheeks.
I know why.
Why?
Because you have a kid who's almost that age, and you found out you are the age of the mother in the first movie now. And it's just like, wow, this is relatable.
Well, yeah.
If I left my kid, she's doing a really great job.
I could see it. She's got a lot going on, running late, getting in the car. Somebody else was supposed to count the heads of the kids. You know, it's not her fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, just seeing her like desperation. There's this moment where there's an older couple and she's like, you really love the earrings? Because she's trying to swap tickets, you know, trying to get their ticket. And just the desperation. I felt it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
she should have won an Oscar.
Yeah, she did great.
Yeah.
Were you about to ask our Oscar?
Emmys?
Yeah, no, that's for
Grammys?
TV. Yeah, no, that's music.
Yep. See,
Oscars are movies.
Well, I said it first. I said it right first.
Yeah. Well, I've been reflecting a little bit on some of our past Christmases too, and I just actually realized, for some reason I didn't know this, but our first 5 Christmases as a married couple were very lonely. Mm-hmm. We were never with family.
Yeah.
We were never with friends.
There was one, we were in an RV in Bladen Springs, Alabama, middle of nowhere. We didn't have any money, so we didn't buy each other any gifts.
Yeah.
You know, like usually when you're like, we're not going to buy gifts this year, at least you'll buy some socks. You'll buy.
There was no place to buy gifts.
There's something. You get
we
like
bought
a
each other
little
a
something.
stay in Bladen Springs.
We had nothing. We had a tree that was about 3 inches tall. I don't even know why I packed it. I mean, I guess I was thinking like, this will be sweet to pull out on Christmas. It made it
was
pitiful.
Actually, this is pitiful to
it would
pull out
have been better
Christmas.
not to have a tree. It may have been 6 inches tall.
I remember it. Yeah, it was on our little
booth
dinette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad.
It was sad.
I remember making really good hot chocolate, though.
We did have a lot of hot chocolate because we would stir it with a red 40 peppermint.
Yeah, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day. Yep. Well, our first one, we were in Korea.
And we also had a lot of hot chocolate. Jason and I took on this challenge. If you bought enough drinks from Starbucks in Korea, they had this like a stamp card kind of situation.
Yeah.
Except it was more than 10. It was, I don't know, something like 25. And if you got it filled out by a certain date, then you got a planner.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. But the
planner looked nice. It was like
I'm pretty sure we got it and never
planner.
even touched it.
We both got one and we didn't touch it.
But it was never about the planner.
It was about the hot chocolate
journey
together.
Before destination, right? You know, it was about the journey of all those Starbucks chemicals.
Actually, I think
pulsing through our bodies.
As far as I remember, I don't think the Starbucks hot chocolate is that bad. I don't remember, but I know that whenever
You heard it here, folks.
I don't think it's
you have permission from the Crunchy Mob to go get
Swiss Miss levels.
Okay.
I don't think.
Or Swiss
but come on, people, just make your own hot chocolate at home. I'm going to tell you something. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Even if you can't get on board with the bone broth hot chocolate, that's fine. Don't do it.
I'm not on board
just
with bone broth.
It's fine. I mean, if you want to, you can just drink bone broth otherwise. You don't have to sneak it into the hot chocolate. I'm personally okay with it.
That don't mix.
I think it's fine. But listen, get yourself a good quality dark chocolate and melt it.
What about a milk chocolate?
With some milk. No, come on, Jason. The dark chocolate. You have to, because it's chocolatier. It's richer. If you put just a little bit of espresso in there too, it'll really bring out the chocolatiness. That's a little trick. If you're making chocolate desserts, add a little bit of coffee.
All right.
Anyway, make some homemade hot chocolate. It's so much better. So much better.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. So
deal.
That's my challenge.
I will let you keep doing that.
We've been drinking a lot of hot chocolate.
Yeah. Well,
I guess that's sort of one of our things. We're just like,
Christmas,
hot chocolate.
Yeah. At what point did we? This is where I know I'm an adult. At what point did like snow days, and you and I are going to differ on this, become less magical because you don't want to get out in it?
Oh,
you're not
what?
that way.
No,
yeah,
what?
I am. Snow. We wake up.
Scrooge.
Yeah, we wake up to a blanket of snow. I'm like, oh, nice. I get to sit inside today.
I'm not saying I just want to immediately run out in it, but a snow day is totally magical to me.
I like seeing it fall. Yeah, that's one thing. But, I don't really, other than, I want the kids to have fun. I don't really care that much about, making a snowman.
Oh, I like that. I think it's fun.
Sledding's okay.
Sledding is so much fun.
It is. We have a pretty cool hill, actually.
I love sledding.
Yeah, but it's a little dangerous because it's on a road. So
yeah, but nobody's coming up the road
that we know of. And if it is,
you can hear
late.
it. No, you can hear it.
Well,
our neighborhood has really great acoustics. You can hear the cars entering the neighborhood. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it because we're up on a hill?
Maybe.
We can hear a car like entering the neighborhood and hear where it turns and stuff.
Well, as an adult, I've also noticed how everything's very expensive this year.
So expensive. Just ridiculously expensive. What did I buy that I was like, what? Oh, that Robin Hood hat.
Yeah.
We bought it was like a leather Robin Hood hat. It was $58.
That was
what, for a hat?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I made the mistake.
Merry Christmas. You're only getting a Robin Hood hat.
We made the mistake. Well, I have so long wanted a Malay mice.
Are you saying it right?
I think
Malay. Maleg.
Yeah, okay. They spell it Maileg. Finally.
Do you think that was part of their marketing? Was like, we're going to make this incredibly really difficult for Americans.
Yeah. So when we did that Bella Luna ad, we got some store credit.
Yeah, that was nice.
And
Bella Luna's awesome.
We used that to buy our kids Christmas presents. And I finally gave in to my desire for the Miley mouse. You know what I'm talking about, the little linen mice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. Jason will link it in the description.
Oh, you're giving me work to do.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, Jason. Hold the Christmas spirit together.
Yeah.
So they're ridiculously expensive, these little mice. Okay, but it was store credit. So I was like, okay, well, I finally get to buy this little mouse that I would never, ever buy. And I put him in the boys' shoes for St. Nicholas Day. Sorry,
I'm Baptist. Alert. I don't know what that is. I'm just kidding.
So we celebrate St. Nicholas Day, December 6th. Is it December 6th or December 8th? No, 8th.
I don't know.
6th? Oh my goodness, I can't believe. Anyway.
It's before Christmas.
My kids loved them. They
could feel the quality exuding from the top of the shoe.
They're adorable. My 7-year-old is super into small world play anyway. Mm-hmm. So he likes tiny things and little.
So I bought him a Mighty Max.
Anyway, I ordered a couple more Miley pieces. $150 for what? For what?
Yeah.
A campsite?
It's a bit.
It feels like they're not getting anything because
but the level of joy that they're getting from that little, hopefully they like it. I don't know.
About these little lanterns. The little lanterns turn on.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to see them yet, but.
Yeah. I opened the package and saw it and like, wow, we paid that for that. Nice.
Yeah, but everything's so expensive.
I mean, they sell those in a lot of different stores, though.
Yeah.
So it's not,
Even if you buy
prices.
Legos or...
Oh, Legos are crazy. Not that we use plastic Legos.
I'm on board for Legos.
You are?
Jason,
I can't keep up.
Legos.
Well, I know, but I thought that was just me.
A facade?
I thought that was just me.
No, I love Legos.
Oh. I can't keep up with
kids
you.
Don't put them in their mouths.
Yeah, I know.
Fine.
Okay. All right. Well,
everything is expensive. So then we always end up saying, "Oh, we don't need a gift. Don't buy me a gift.
Yeah.
Don't do it."
But we did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're getting each other bows for Christmas.
And arrows, real deal ones.
We're going to learn how to bow hunt.
Yeah. I'm excited about that a lot.
I keep seeing all these videos about like women are finally waking up to hunting because you get to go sit in the woods for 3 hours in the quiet and be by yourself.
I haven't.
Yeah, totally. I would love to go hunting.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have a husband that does that.
I know.
So you're going to have to give up some of your time for me to do that too. So it's not like you would just be, I want to do what you're doing and I have the right to. It's like, well, I'm just sitting here editing videos. You could come do that. I could go in there and homeschool. You don't want me homeschooling.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no. I know. Just learn it. Here's a book. Learn to read.
I see you whenever they're like trying to explain a picture they've drawn. Like the most mild. You're like, please stop.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are. You don't say it out loud. It's in your eyeballs.
No, I have a big smile on my face. Only you can read my eyes. They don't read it.
No, but I'm looking at you and you're like, please stop.
It's only then. It's only at the 10th picture.
Yeah, okay.
Not the first 9.
No.
By the 10th picture, it's like, okay, I have to go upstairs now. I mean, thank you for explaining what you drew. It becomes one of those Rorschach things after a while. It's like, what do you see in this? And I'm like, my death. I'm like, well, especially with the 4-year-olds, because it's like, here's 10 pictures of, like, just crazier than Picasso. And I'm going to explain it in full detail.
Every mark.
Every little mark.
Every line has a meaning.
It's like, it's fine if just one of them's been drawing, but when I find out both of them's been drawing, I'm up the stairs. I run away before No, I don't. I sit through it, and you're over there like doing whatever you're doing, like knowing it's coming to you next.
We'll be 6 feet away from each other, and they have to explain the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fun. But that's part of their magic too. It's just like they have this thing that is just the perfect picture, and they are so proud of it. Well, Emily, I'm curious what your top 3. We talked about movies a little bit. What are your top 3 favorite Christmas movies? I've got my list.
Okay.
We can go 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Okay.
I will say this ahead of time. If you ask anybody this, I don't trust anybody who says Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's a terrible movie.
I bet people are out there. That's my favorite.
No.
You're doing just nostalgia. That's all you're doing.
Totally nostalgia.
It is not objectively good at all. However, after you hear my list, you're going to like disregard everything I say, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. 3. What's yours?
You go first.
Little Women.
Okay. Little Women is the Die Hard of crunchy women.
Is
it a Christmas movie?
It is.
There's a big debate. Like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yada yada. Okay. The real question is Little Women a Christmas movie?
Yes.
If so, explain why. Because it's mostly not Christmas.
It's the definition of cozy.
It's cozy. Okay. It takes place in winter for part of it.
Cozy. Second of all, that Christmas scene in the new movie.
Wait. The new one or the good one?
The new one is good, Jason.
It's not as good.
It's good.
It's okay.
And like their Christmas morning decor and breakfast table and everything is
done by a set designer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So inspirational.
Nobody actually did that.
It doesn't matter. It feels like, wow, that's what I want in Christmas morning.
For that 10 seconds of the movie?
And then...
Because they're waiting for their papa to come home.
Yeah.
Because he's at war.
But they take their breakfast to a family. Like, that is
But it's like...
And then
that's
it has
what
nothing
to do with the whole...
Meg sick.
Oh,
Meg,
Beth. Come on. Fan.
Edit this out. That's
really?
What gets Beth.
No, I'm not editing that out. I knew
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Anyway, and last year you gave me tickets to see Little Women, Little Christmas.
Little Christmas. There it is.
You gave me tickets on Christmas.
Was the show at Christmas?
It was like a couple days later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it was so good.
I don't know how that turned into a Christmas movie, but okay.
Okay, what's yours?
Ernest Saves Christmas. As pure a Christmas movie as you can get.
That movie's annoying. It's cute. If you've never seen it, watch it. Yeah.
It's nostalgia. It's not actually.
It actually made me laugh, which
it's hilarious.
I don't really laugh out loud at movies very much.
There's only like 3 good Ernest movies, actually. There's like 10 of them or something, but there's only 3 good ones, and Ernest Saves Christmas is one.
What are the other ones? Ernest Goes to Jail?
And Camp, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's this part in Ernest Saves Christmas where this little girl gets into a cab, and Ernest is like, am I ruining it? Am I butchering it?
You're butchering it for sure, but
this girl's in a cab, and she's like,
she's not really a little. She's a teenager.
Okay, well, she's a little girl to me.
Well, she's not like a 6-year-old.
Okay, this
like
woman
missing her teeth,
potential preteen, teenage, this gal,
Harmony Star. That's what she calls herself, but it's Pamela Trenton.
Okay, she gets into a cab, and Ernest is like, I'm Ernest. And then she looks over, and this old guy's sitting there.
And I'm Santa
Claus. And it just...
And he says, surprise.
Yeah. That just tickled me. I laughed so hard the first time I saw it. I laughed so hard.
And we've watched it many times since.
Many times since. We've actually let our kids have quite a bit of screen time this December. We usually only watch 1 movie a week.
Yeah.
And we've been doing probably 3 a week. Trying to get all those Christmas movies in.
It's Christmas movies. I think that's probably true for a lot of people.
You think so?
Probably, except
that's more than usual. Like even last year, I don't think we did that. Well, but for the last 2 weeks, we've definitely done 3.
But they also understand that it's Christmas and it's a Christmas thing. I think they're very happy about it.
Yeah.
But I think they understand it's not like this is going to be the norm. It's like, where's our movies this week after Christmas? And it's just like, there's no New Year's movies.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're number 2.
Miracle on 34th Street, the new one.
New one?
Yeah.
You mean the 1990 35-year-old one?
Yeah.
Not the 1940s one?
Yeah.
The new one as in it's almost 40 years old.
Yeah, the new one.
Okay.
That little girl is so cute, and she is a little girl. I don't know. That one just touched me so much when I was a child, and I lived on North 36th Street, and so I was like, Miracle on 34th Street.
That's just a couple of blocks away.
Yeah.
It's a little more rural out here. Not quite New York.
Wait, so is the house that they got at the end, is that on 34th Street? That's what I always thought.
I have no idea. I've only seen it like once.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I loved that movie.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. My number 2, Muppet Christmas Carol.
It's sad because our kids don't want to watch that because our 7-year-old has a thing with puppets.
Yeah. We'll watch it anyway. It's good. It's like one of Michael Caine's best performances. Like you talk about a guy, Did Oscar.
Did he win an Oscar?
Well, I think he's won an Oscar. Yeah.
For the Muppets?
No, but bringing Oscar-worthy performance to a Muppet movie, pretty impressive. I mean, he brought it, and it's hilarious. It's genuinely funny.
I kind of want to change mine.
Oh, from Miracle on 34th Street? Are you serious?
The Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen To Grandmother's House We Go.
Oh, that made-for-TV movies don't count.
I don't think that was made for TV.
That was not a theatrical release.
Are you sure?
It's released in like 3x4.
Are you sure?
Yes, okay. Almost 1,000% positive.
We watched that this year, and I cried.
What?
When the mom was like, these girls are just a handful, and I just need a vacation.
Some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand how, how did they get famous?
The boys then, the next day were fighting, And I said to them, you guys are just like the girls in To Grandmother's House We Go. You're such a handful. Like I was kidding.
Don't say that to my boys, please.
I was just kidding. And I walked out of the room and I heard Oaks say to Alder, come on, let's give Mom a vacation. And then they went outside. Like they were trying to reenact the movie.
You'll be sorry. All right. We already know what our number one is.
You want to say it on the count?
We haven't.
What if you don't say what I'm thinking? Then I'm pretty sure we're going to have a talk after this.
Yeah. Well, I guess we just have to see.
Okay, ready?
1,
3,
2, 3.
1.
It's
Santa
a Wonderful
Claus.
Life. What?
I'm just kidding. It's a Wonderful Life.
The Santa Claus. Yeah, Santa Claus is a good honorable mention. It's a funny movie.
It is. It's good.
It's
Elf
clever.
was also a funny movie.
Elf's a little over the top, but it's good.
Like watching it, it's very comedically.
It's done well.
Like well timed.
John Favreau directed that. Good movie.
It's good. It's good. Okay, It's a Wonderful Life, though. Definitely, hands down, the best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah.
We sob every time.
I gotta stop telling people I cry so much. I don't cry that much.
You don't cry very much, but you cried at the choir, and you cried. Did you cry in Home Alone?
No.
Oh.
Teared up a little bit.
Okay. I have tears rolling at all points in my life. Actually, like basically every day this month I've
You're
cried.
just weepy.
Yeah, I'm just a little weepy.
Yeah. It's a Wonderful Life, though. I mean, it's a masterpiece. Oddly, not really a Christmas movie until like the last, 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, you're going to go on and on about Little Women not
But they set it up to be that, though. They set it up at the beginning of the movie where the angels are talking to each other like, he needs help, Joseph.
Every time I bell
Yeah, they set it up to be a Christmas. The crescendo, the climax of the movie was it's a Christmas movie.
Are they singing "Hark the Herald Angels"?
Yeah.
It's that whenever they're singing it, and Zuzu and her little high voice is just.
I had a little bit of research.
Oh, of course.
But
before that,
share.
I was going to ask you.
Oh.
I'm going to my mom's to make Christmas cookies. What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Well,
what does
it's
it
an
for
oldie
you?
but a goodie. Chocolate chip cookie.
That's not a Christmas cookie.
It's not?
No. I will not be making chocolate chip cookies tomorrow.
Merry Christmas, Jason.
No, you can't. Somebody says, what's your favorite Christmas cookie? You can't come back and say chocolate chip cookie. That's a disgrace.
Really?
Yes.
I love chocolate chip
if
cookies.
Somebody brought you cookies.
The best gooey chocolate chip cookies ever? Yeah.
No,
Toll House, preferably.
No.
Homemade Toll House.
No.
Okay, well, what's an example of a Christmas cookie?
I make those coconut kisses.
Those are
kiss
good.
meringue.
They're fine.
What was that shrug?
They're good. They're
Okay.
not something you can dip in milk. They crumble.
What about those icebox cookies?
I don't even know what that
They're
is.
like shortbready. They have, dried fruit and
Yeah,
nuts.
that's fun. Whatever.
What
They're
about
good.
those thumbprint cookies?
Those are good.
They have the jam.
I
in
like
them.
that a lot.
That feels Christmassy.
You know what else
A good
is good?
sugar cookie with like some crystallized sugar.
Oh, those are nice. You know what else is good?
Not chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
No.
Chocolate chips is great. You can have it any time of the year. Especially
yes.
Christmas.
No, you can have it any time of the year.
Well, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Speaking of
I
cookies,
made chocolate chip cookies at least 7 times this year.
I ran the math. Here's my research.
This is your research. It's about cookies?
It's about milk. Milk and cookies.
Oh, is it about milk left out for Santa?
Yeah.
How much milk is wasted?
No, it's not real statistics. It's the hypothetical statistics.
Okay.
Let's say Santa reportedly visits 378 million kids in the world. Okay. We'll do that. Cut that in half at 189 million households. The average milk portion, we'll say 6 ounces. Okay. If Santa drinks 6 ounces per house, he's going to drink 8,859,375 gallons of milk.
8 million?
8 million gallons.
8.5 million?
That's 21 billion calories.
So 8.5 million gallons of milk, approximately.
Oh, there's not that many kids who actually set out milk and cookies, do you think?
So you think about 1 million gallons of milk is wasted?
Probably.
1 million
See, you went the
gallons.
realistic route. I just went like, man, Santa's drinking too much milk. He's going to get a dairy intolerance.
No,
Not if it was raw milk, though.
That is wasted. Because even if Santa really was going to drink it, he's only taking a sip.
Yeah.
So, waste. So, how much?
Those are the kind of things you think about when you're an adult at Christmas time. That's what I think about.
Yeah.
It's like, this is weird magic. But that was my statistic. Thought you would enjoy that.
Thanks.
I don't really know how to end this podcast because it didn't have much direction in the first place, but I loved it. It was fun talking.
We're going to a Santa party on Friday.
Parties are different as adults.
Yeah.
Christmas parties.
Did you get gifts at Christmas parties as a kid?
I don't know. Well, I didn't really go to Christmas parties. I was a pastor's kid. We weren't invited to things. They didn't want to invite the pastor.
True.
Because they wanted their mulled wine.
I'm having a little wreath party every year. Well, this is just my second year, but...
Is that tomorrow?
No, Thursday.
Day after tomorrow. Tomorrow? That's the release.
I'm having a little wreath gathering, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I gave all the moms a present to take home? But then it's like 13 presents.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, sorry, ladies.
I might come up with something.
I'm not going to let her get you a present.
Maybe a cookie. Not
a chocolate chip cookie. Yeah. All right. Well, that does it for our Christmas episodes this year. I do believe we're going to be putting out an episode early next week, not on Christmas Day. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's probably not Christmas related. However, it will be out there. And I do want to remind everybody, if you check out the show notes or description, you're going to find a link to our tour coming up in February with 1,000 hours outside. It's going to be funny. It's going to be inspiring. There's going to be all kinds of really cool stuff happening those nights. Check out the website, reallyverycrunchy.com/tour to find out what cities we're going to. We're going to Michigan, Tennessee, Georgia. Sounds like a ton of places, but it's really just 5. Cincinnati's one.
It's
in the month of
December,
end of
you can get tickets
February.
for $20 if you use the promo code
Turkey
through December.
Yeah.
So it's not too late. That'd be a great gift.
Yeah, be good. And it's a digital gift that you can just kind of, hey, write a little card on seed paper and say, I got you tickets to the 1,000 Hours Outside Really Very Crunchy tour.
Yes.
So it's going to be fun, hilarious. I hope to see you there.
Yes, we'll see you there. And thanks again for listening today.
Oh, and you know what? You don't have to, but there's a little review. You can hit the little star button below. Give us 5 stars. Write a little review. Show us a little love. It's Christmas time after all. That's the gift you can give us. You want to give us a gift? Write a review.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.